friends, it's Cindy Brumbaugh from CindyLeeBDesigns.com, Independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Every January, February, and March, Stampin' Up! Holds an event called Celebration. And during this time period, you can earn free stamp sets, embellishments, card kits, anything that's in the brochure. You get to pick an item for every $50 purchase. And this year, we actually have 2 items, a set of Thinlits and a 2-pack stamp set for a $100 purchase. But I like to show all my girls the celebration brochure and the new occasions catalog that goes live also at the same time in January. During a January luncheon, we get together and make 6 cards and share some food and have a great time. And usually during this time, I like to show my girls different occasion stamps that you might need, kind of happy birthday, wedding, baby. Well, this year I chose to use this Heart Happiness stamp set because next month is Valentine's Day, and so I wanted to show them this pretty stamp set that coordinates with the Sweet and Sassy framelits. These hearts here coordinate with the Sweet and Sassy framelits that are in our annual catalog on page 214, but also these more elongated hearts here that are in the gray, they coordinate with the new Sure Do Love You bundle that you can find on page 19 of the Occasions catalog. So the card that I chose to use it for wasn't a Valentine's one, but it was one that we may need to use more often than we would like to use. And that's one that conveys our condolences. And so I picked this card to make with my girls this past weekend. I think when you're sending condolences or something for a solemn event that's happened, using a monochromatic tone really conveys more of a peace, I think. And so I picked Fresh Fig and Very Vanilla. So now I'm going to show you what you're going to need to make this card. When my girls come to card class, they get a little kit in a Ziploc baggie, and I have everything that they need to make that card. So what we're going to do is go through these pieces. And this is a portrait card that opens from the bottom. And it is typical half size of your cardstock. This is 11 inches, scored at 5.5, and it's half of your 8.5, so it's 4.25. So 4.25 by 11, scored at 5.5 to make a portrait. Then we're going to be layering with a nice 1/8 inch border around the whole card. And that's going to make the size of this border to be 4 by 5.25. Then we're going to do another layer on top of that. That's another 1/8 inch the whole way around. So that makes that 3 3/4 by 5. So that's your typical measurement to make it look real pleasing to the eye and just stagger down in size, just 1/8 of an inch, 1/8 of an inch. So those are the pieces you're going to be using. We're going to be using a piece of the 1/8 sheer Fresh Fig ribbon also. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be stamping our sentiment on the top piece of this card here. And I already did that for us. And I just picked out the I'm so very sorry to hear you're not feeling well. Now, you're probably wondering, well, where's the heart come into play? Well, you're going to also stamp the heart. So you're going to end up with your card with everything stamped on it, your sentiment and your heart that comes from the Heart Happiness stamp set. Okay, then I'm going to want you to take this and die cut out the heart with the coordinating framelit from the Sweet and Sassy set. Then you're going to end up with this missing. Where is it? It's right here. You just cut it out, okay? Now you have this heart that we're going to set aside for a moment, and then I want you to take this panel, that's the front focal point of your card, and I want you to put it through the new Petal Pear embossing folder. Now we have 2 of these in a set called Petal Pear embossing folders that are in the New Occasions catalog. They're on the same page with the petal palette with the birds. Now you're going to run this through the Big Shot and you're going to end up with a nice embossing here. Okay, so you've got embossing, but you didn't emboss over the heart. So the next step in that is to take your heart, and I want you to layer on a set of dimensionals. 2 at the top and 1 at the bottom. But I don't want you to stop there. I want you to put 2 layers of dimensionals. Okay, so just layer one right on top of the other. It gives you more dimension for this type of card that we're going to be making. Okay, so then you'll be taking off those cute little hexagons that end up everywhere in your house, and even on the ends of my grandpuppy's noses. So then we are going to layer our card, okay? So we have got our piece that's embossed with the heart missing that's been set aside, okay? But what I want you to do is just take a little bit of your snail adhesive on the sides of the back of the card so that we can put our ribbon across there. So you'll just kind of put the ribbon right there and through the embossing, okay? And then you'll trim any excess pieces that come off. Then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to mount this onto your fresh fig, okay? And then that gets mounted again onto your card base, okay? So now you can see that there's this fresh fig that's peeking through, and then you're going to just put your heart right in that spot. Now notice this heart is the same size because you die cut it with this right out of the paper. You're not actually bordering this, but whenever you just turn your card slightly to the side, you're going to see an eclipse effect. You've probably seen many cards online, especially over Christmas with Noel and Joy, where people are popping up the words, the letters in a word. Well, this one just uses pretty much a shape. So you can see as you turn the card, it has a little eclipse effect. And putting double dimensionals gives it even a better effect. So that's how you make that card. And then just to finish it off, I put some cute little pearl embellishments on the biggest flowers. So if you're needing a card for someone who's not feeling well, or someone who's lost a friend, somebody who's lost a loved one, somebody who's lost their pet, you can use this stamp set, Sorry for Everything, along with the heart happiness, and that just conveys a nice, peaceful, solemn happening in somebody's life. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to contact me via my blog or my email, cindyleeb@gmail.com, or you can call at 724-323-2296. Thanks for tuning in. Bye-bye.